travel.
Nice.
Travel. Where's my flowers?
What?
Flowers?
Can happen sometimes. Oh, no. Flower. Nice. Something is can happen.
Too busy for your wife?
You know, I got to say that Ali for me is the star of the season. He was the star of last season. He's come in, him and Sam, they come quite late into the season, but this guy is literally on just pure banter. Literally, he takes nothing that she says seriously, and it's crazy how she tries to boss him around, but no matter what she does, the guy's like, listen, whatever we do is always going to be my way regardless. Whether I got to manipulate you or not, it's going to happen, which is quite fascinating to what happens, obviously, in this little clip here to show you guys. But anyway, listen, obviously Sam's arrived back in Turkey and she's there because she wants to, you know, look at options of her moving to Turkey. But Ali, on the other hand, he doesn't want that. He wants to move to the UK. Something that he made abundantly clear last season, of course, when we first was introduced to Sam and Ali. And normally, when they meet, he always brings her flowers at the airport. But obviously he didn't this time, which is why she's asked him, where is the flowers? And he said, I've just been too busy. And obviously when she says, what, too busy for your wife? And what she's really hinting at is the fact that Ali this season has been revealed as somebody that loves to game. And to be honest with you, there are many women in this world that are with men that are gamers. And for some reason, they complain when the guy's on the game. But listen, I've said it before. I don't know if I have said it before, but I just don't know if I've said it on camera before. But I promise you now, if you've got a man that loves gaming, trust me when I tell you, you don't ever have to worry about infidelity. Okay, fair enough, he might spend too much time in that game, but understand, he's never going to be with another woman. You know what I mean? Unless his gaming buddy is a female on the other side. But again, that'll only be based on that, you know. So I always say, kind of take it as a win, but I get it. Obviously, if quality time is one of your key, is your love language, then I completely understand why that just wouldn't be acceptable. But nonetheless, though, let's get into this one. Let's see Ali. So in this episode, Ali does whatever he can to sabotage their her trip to Turkey, because he doesn't want her to move to Turkey. He wants them to move to England. So therefore, he gives her one of the most funniest experiences. Obviously, for her, it's a terrible experience, but for me, I found it nothing but hilarious. But let's get into it.
You are the most beautiful rose even I met in my life.
I've got about this line purely because where she's still asking for the flowers. He's like, you don't need flowers, you're the most beautiful rose. Man is a smooth criminal. Now bear this in mind, folks, okay, we do live streams every Monday and every Tuesday, okay, but we may actually end up doing another one today. Today is obviously Sunday, so we may actually do another live stream of today as well, so please stay tuned to find out if it does happen, okay. But anyway, let's get into this one.
I know Samson doesn't like the chili, so that's why I'm taking her to the chili shop.
Pure evilness. How can you listen? Do you know, I don't like chilies, to be honest with you. Nothing strong anyway. Mild, I'm good with that. Medium, yeah, we're stretching it, but I can kind of go with it. Anything, nah, we're done. But he knows she doesn't like chilies, so what does he do? He takes her to the chili shop purely with the purposes of putting off wanting to come to Turkey. The guy is a scumbag. And also he knew that if he disturbed her mood by giving her chili, he knew that anything else he was going to show her after this, it was going to be over dramatized in her own mind about how bad it is to live in where he lives in Turkey. So let's get into it.
Hey! You know funny? Ah! Oh, that's getting hotter. Normally when I'm seasoning, big salt, pepper, that.
And then now he's literally taking around to all the little to all the shops where they buy their meat. Now he's making her believe that instead of going to like Tesco's and Asda like we would do here in the UK, or I'm not too sure in America if it's like Target or something. I don't know where you folks be going to get your food, you know what I mean? Your supermarkets, but whatever the hell you call it. But obviously he's obviously taking it somewhere you get like obviously, you know, raw fish or raw meat, you know, and he's making it seem as if this is where you'd go to get your meats and you wouldn't get them like in the supermarket. Honestly, this guy is something else. But nonetheless, though, he knows that she does not like things that are in person and things that can have the scent of a dead animal, should I say.
It's goat head?
Oh.
What? And feet?
Oh. Stinks. It stinks.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, God. Honestly, man, this guy is so funny. And her reactions are just killing it, absolutely killing it.
So, how was shopping? We just came, everything fresh.
I'm going back home.
Good. That's the plan.
The way he casually just says that's the plan. Honestly, I would love to see this guy like play a villain, you know, like honestly. Oh my days. If there was like if there was like a little fan-made series with like unserious actors, honestly, I feel like he would do such a great job as like a wacky Joker or like a wacky Riddler or something like that, because that line goes, that's the plan. Definitely needs to be a clown. But anyway, let's continue.
I feel sick. This is fucking disgusting.
So, you just open the organs, then you're really delicious.
Are you taking the piss? Oh, why? Why would you stick your fingers in a fish's neck? Smell tells you that. What are you doing?
But choosing the fish?
You are not. No, no.
Yummy, yummy. Kissy, kissy.
What are you doing? Don't you
Kissy?
dare, don't you dare. How sober like that?
Huh.
I'm not gonna lie to you, her whole reaction with it, that's me when I see nails. Like, I don't like needles. Not nails, needles. Oh, when you have to go to the doctor, listen, just thinking about needles right now is making me upset. Yep, anyway, let's continue.
I'm gonna be sick.
You want to see organs?
Oh my, I can't.
Don't like the fish, don't like the spice.
Get off.
This guy is nothing but pure freaking evil, and I'm all for it. Also, he can make sure that they move to the UK and they don't move to Turkey. Ali is a demon. This guy is a flat out freaking demon, man. Honestly, but nonetheless, though, at the end of the day, you know, he obviously knows what he wants, and what he wants is the United Kingdom, which is why obviously last season a lot of us said that this guy's clearly using her just to get to the UK. I mean, listen, I think that opinion probably still stands at this moment in time. Obviously, they are now married, and they got married in Turkey, you know, so I believe they're waiting for the visa for him to be able to move to the UK. But of course, once he moves to the UK, if we get to see him again, because this is one of the reasons why some of us want to have 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. It'd be cool to see if he does, once he makes it to the UK, to see obviously if they're still going to be together, and if he's actually genuinely into her, or if he's just generally just using her. But as of right now, it seems as if obviously his intentions with her are not infidelity, because he cares more about his gaming. But also on top of that, though, Turkish men have been known to like women with some meat on them. You know what I mean? So there is that stigma as well in particular. But nonetheless, though, let's get into the next couple, obviously, of this most recent episode.
Super excited at the same time.
Of course, I will marry you. I love you.
Last episode, literally, she was out there talking about, oh no, I couldn't marry him. It's too soon. It's too da-da-da-da-da. Well, she wasted no time saying yes. But then I find out information that I never knew about the Philippines. So we better get into it.
Because there's no divorce. But apart from the Vatican, where divorce is completely illegal, a lot to spring on them.
I had no idea that it was illegal to get divorced, to be honest with you there. That's quite interesting. But anyway, Andy believes, he said that for them to know that their relationship is legit and this isn't a sake of just getting married for the sake of it, they both decided to get married, obviously, in her country purely because that means that they're both serious, because you can never get divorced. I mean, how that proves anything doesn't make any sense, because you can still end up being unhappily married, like extremely unhappily married. So why he thinks that makes sense is crazy work. But nonetheless, though, he's trying to find out from his dad if his dad and his mother are going to be there for the wedding.
So if you're getting married abroad, yeah. Can you and Mum make it? Thing to me to have my parents by my side for the most important day of my life. I've got a hospital appointment.
When your dad said I got a hospital appointment, I was like, damn. And then?
Which I can't postpone. Okay. My mum can't go out on her own. So it's highly unlikely you're going to make it, you think? We can't do it. Right, okay.
So obviously these parents clearly don't agree with this whole wedding. I mean, listen, to be honest with you, would I want to fly all the way to another country for you guys to get married? Probably not. That's a long-ass flight, you know. That's not a quick flight. That's a long connecting flight. Even if I did agree with the wedding, I probably still would have made that trip. Not gonna lie to you, because damn, unless you're paying for my plane ticket, yeah, see you later. Enjoy yourselves. But it is sad though that of course he's gonna be getting married, and for the first time in his life, and his parents aren't gonna be there because he's always wanted his parents to be there at his wedding, and it's not gonna happen. Now, to be fair, it would have been interesting if the wedding had been in the UK. I wonder what the excuse would have been by the dad for him and the mother to not come. That's where I would have really, it would have been interesting to see what he would have said then. Because realistically, using the hospital appointment as an excuse, well, Andy could then been like, okay, it could be a different day. I don't know. Either way though, I feel like the excuse probably would have had to have been stronger. Because obviously he could have been like, well, you can come to the wedding after your appointment. Do you see what I'm saying? So it would have been interesting to hear what that would have been. And also for the mother, he said the mother can't travel alone. So it would have been interesting to see how the mother excuse would have been a thing as well. But hey, that's not what happened. This is what happened. But either way though, let me know your thoughts on this one. But let's get into the next one.
Back to my children's father.
Really? Eloisa really seems to hate me. I don't actually understand what I've done.
I told her I don't care.
It's actually quite crazy though that the fact that her sister is still speaking to their baby, or I think it's either her ex or baby dad. No, the baby dad, yes. But as if like she's trying to make them get back together again. That is very, very messed up if that's the case. Because obviously right now Finn may just be assuming that this is the case. But either way though, it's not a nice thing to know that the sister is talking to the ex because she just doesn't like you.
What you think?
I'm excited. He thought about something special for me.
Go wrong. Go on, skip.
I can't do that. I was so wrong.
To be honest with you, despite the fact that the whole thing ends up going to like pear-shaped, like it was a whole calamity, I still feel like she should have been more enthusiastic regardless, because end of the day, it's a one hell of a romantic and cool suggestion to make, them to go on this boat and him sail it. Obviously can't, even though he can't do it, because they could have made this into a fun, banterous, stupid, silly, you know, like experience. She could have laughed along with him, you know what I mean? Maybe push each other into the lake. I don't know, but just because he couldn't do it, which makes sense because this isn't like his profession. Do you know what I mean? He just thought something cute and something nice to do for them, and I don't really feel like Sandra's response and it was needed. You know, like there's many people who would love to do this, and even if it goes wrong, you're just gonna make the most out of it. So it's not really cool that she didn't make the most out of this. I mean, I know Finn's a freaking idiot, but you know, yeah.
Finn is terrible at this. This is part of Finn's plan to make me move to UK. He's wrong about that.
I mean, fair enough, but still made the best out of it, you know?
Going through the tree and watch your head.
I don't like the cold. I don't like the boat. I don't like the water. I hate everything.
To be fair, if you come from a country where the weather's always nice, go into any country that's cold, it is going to be challenging. But from my recollection, I believe they are now in the UK though on a permanent basis, because there was a picture that was circulating on Reddit of Finn and Sandra that a fan took, and they saw that Finn lost a lot of weight since then as well. He actually looks unrecognizable, to be fair with you. So I guess the decision to move to Brazil never really happened in the first place, but we shall see.
Just don't believe he's gonna move to Brazil.
But I want to talk to her because I don't want you to get angry.
The anger is justified.
When Broski said the anger is justified about her sister, that was just nothing but nasty work, honestly. Damn. I mean, to be fair, even if it is justified, it doesn't mean that you need to scoop down to that level of being angry, you know what I mean? So I'm surprised by Sandra's look, because boy, Finn wasn't thinking, but he never thinks. The guy just talks. This is why he's a clown.
You know, if we're this relationship going forward, we've got to sort of talk about it now. How it's done. And I do feel hurt. I think ultimately I need to hear it from the horse's mouth.
So he obviously wants to have that conversation with her sister about why does she not like him? Why is she entertaining the ex? You know, why is she trying to bring him back into the picture? But Sandra has made it abundantly clear that she doesn't care about what the family thinks. She wants to be with Finn, and that's that.
I made a mistake telling Finn that Eloise is still talking with my ex.
You think? I don't know why she thought it was a good idea to mention it.
It's the thing. I told you a million times, I really don't care what my family think about us.
Well, either way though, it's still not nice to know that you're with someone, but the family doesn't want you around. But then again, the Finn caused this by himself. He met the family for the first time, and what did he do? He spent the whole time trying to not engage, being very, very awkward, being somewhat rude as well. So to be honest with you, Finn didn't exactly do himself any favors when it came to the family. But Sandra did say to him, the family does like you. They just don't like the fact that you just wasn't willing to be interactive. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But the way I look at it is Finn should just focus on just doing what he can to keep Sandra happy and acknowledge the fact that she said that she wants him no matter what, and just go on that. Not to engage with his sister and make the situation bigger and into something that it doesn't need to be in. You see what I'm saying? Basically, don't feed into the sister's behavior. It's just that simple. But nonetheless, though, let's get into the next one. Let me know your thoughts, please.
Now, on your social media, which is disgraceful, might that be?
I don't know.
Is it your girlfriend?
No.
Is it your prostitute?
Yeah, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
The first time I've seen.
She really went there. She really went there, didn't she?
This thing, man.
First time you saw
Yeah, of
it.
course.
Who's to say? Has he got another wife? Has he got another child? His son? You don't know.
The maddest thing about this is just Zena is all over the place because she does a whole freaking 360 in a second, but well, 180. When we get there, we'll get there. But nonetheless, though, Ibrahim, right? I got to say, this guy literally gives 0 Fs. All of his responses are so quiet and mono and just no. That didn't happen. No. The guy isn't even trying to make an effort to try and convince her. He's just like, no. This is not true. Just mellow with it. Damn.
How can my sister be my wife now?
What is it then? And if it was to leave it all out, that would put my mind at rest more.
I leave it totally big already.
It's good. I trust you.
Of course.
I don't know how she went from accusing him. Then they spend a night apart, I think. And then next morning, she's like, you know what? I've just chosen to just forgive you and just, start fresh. I was wrong for insinuating or for saying that these people were that your sister was your wife, that your nephew was your child, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I'm just going to put it behind us. And I just want to forgive you and your apology. Complete 180. I'm confused how she got to this point. The woman makes no sense.
All the time, and I realise that you have different cultures to me, and it takes a lot of getting used to for me.
Oh yeah, and then she now starts talking about culture, saying maybe this is why your little nephew was calling you dad and blah, 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 because your culture is different to mine. Our upbringings are very different. I just need to be more open-minded to obviously yourself. Blah, 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 blah. Honestly, this woman is a train wreck.
If your nephew called you dad, and I thought your sister was your wife, but I had to get it off my chest. Sam and I will not see eye to eye on everything. Our worlds are far apart. This is where problems could pop up.
Problems that you will never take seriously. Problems that you will always ignore. So let's just call it what it is.
We just give up them 2 years, and it would really hurt my feelings because I've sort of really fell in love with you, and so we can...
Maybe it's worth talking to him about, setting some boundaries and compromising on both your...
And don't fail.
Yeah, we'll get to the boundaries conversation because, boy, But, somebody please explain to me, what the hell was this?
No, be a test for Ibrahim. He better not drag me off again because I just dance, simple.
Someone please tell me, where the hell is the dancing? Where is the dancing?
To compromise because I love her so much.
So if we're to make the compromise, get drunk, I won't make a fool of myself. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay, but you have to try and reduce.
I'm touched by the nice things that Ibrahim has said about me, and I know he does mean it.
So obviously they've got these they've got these compromises regarding her being allowed to drink and all that kind of stuff. Honestly, these compromises don't mean a single thing. They're not going to work. But I guess we have to wait to find out and see obviously how things develop. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is exactly where they're at with this situation with these two. Yeah, I think that's it, to be honest with you. I've kind of got to the stage now. I'm kind of bored of Zena and Ibrahim now because we're seeing this woman just complain one episode, but then forgive another episode. Complain one scene, but then forgive another scene. And Ibrahim doesn't even do anything at all to try and convince her to forgive him. She just randomly just forgives him out of nowhere for no reason whatsoever. Make that make sense. Oh, what a wackadoodoo. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. We can talk about it. And don't forget, we do a live stream every Monday and every Tuesday, and sometimes sporadically throughout the week. And today might be one of those days. But anyway, I'm out. Peace.